Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Indie Film Cafe. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, and I'm here with my co-host.
Paulie Presenza, otherwise known as the Moo Cow, trying to desperately pull off a sticker that I saw at the last minute. I hate stickers.
I get it. And then next is our special guest co-host.
Were you about to say special needs? You about to say is our special needs?
My special needs co-host.
Well, you're probably more right than you know. John Ward, also known as the Holy Cow.
As the Holy Cow.
It's that Yui Bowl love.
Love you, Weeble. Yes, I do.
Yeah, he does.
I'm only missing one movie, I think. Technically one movie. I only need one more movie, and I have all of his.
Oh,
Well,
boy.
they're pretty much all the same, so you've got them all.
Rude.
Oh, you got them all. All right. Well, we're not here to talk about Uva Bowl. We're here to talk about
Well, let's.
It's
So,
Uva,
so
right?
what's your? I've heard ooey. I've heard uva. So I've heard multiple.
And you've
so
interviewed him, so what did you call him?
I waited for him to say his name.
And how did he say it?
Uva.
Uva? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's the German way to say it, but the American way is to go Uva.
Or I do
Yeah,
it.
it's like
Yui.
Mila Jovovich. The J is an H, but Americans say the J, so they say Mila Jovovich. But outside of America, it's Holovich. So yeah, I guess it just matters where it's from.
Holy Cowovich. All
I'd
right.
be like, Werner Herzog thinks you're a turd.
I don't think he does.
No, but I'd
think
say it
they're-
anyway.
I bet they're friends actually, weirdly enough, because I think Werner's friends with like everybody. He's just
Yeah, but he
just
makes
so
movies
friendly.
about people that eat their shoes.
It's true. So beggars can't be choosers, right? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna be here talking about. We're gonna go around the room, well, around the thing here, and we're gonna say
Around the Zoom.
around the, not around the room, around the Zoom. I
Around the
like it.
Zoom.
I like it. We're gonna go around the Zoom, and we're each gonna do 10, and then after we're done with 10, we'll do 10 more DVDs that we'll show. This is from how many movies we got past month or 2 months, whatever it was.
For a total of 160.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had Werner Herzog's Yui Bowl eats his shoe, but I'll have to pick that up next time.
Okay. All right. Now, first off, I'm gonna do
I
my.
have
I'm
no
gonna
idea
go
what that
first,
is.
then Paul's gonna go next, and then John will go last. And the first, the first one up is is all Christmas for me. So I went on a Christmas spree and got 10 Christmas movies that I did not own.
So wait, so before you show anything, they're all Hallmark. They're all chick flicks.
No. Well, just a couple maybe chick flicks.
None of them are horror movies.
None of them are horror movies. No.
What's they're all Lifetime.
They're not Lifetime.
So let's see what you have. These are my predictions.
And there's no boobage.
And yes, and there's no boobage.
Well, the first one will definitely sound like no boobage. It's a Flintstones Christmas Carol.
Oh, that would have
man.
been the best boobage.
I don't know. Yeah, Betty. Oof. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to see her.
She would give me an erection.
Ha ha!
Oh Lord.
Stealing from Family Guy, but that's okay.
Okay, well, that's why it was so funny. All right. Next
thank
is
you.
another Christmas Carol, and it's an all dog Christmas Carol. All dogs go to heaven, whatever. All dogs Christmas Carol. So
Okay.
All dogs rot in the grave is the Halloween one.
Oh, jeez. All dogs turn into zombies.
Yes.
Zombie dogs. Has
All
anybody
dogs
made
turn
that?
into zom dogs.
Zom dogs.
Zom dogs.
Right.
I did not predict animated movies, so
Yeah.
I'm surprised by this.
I think there's only 2 so far that are animated.
Okay.
The rest are live action. Next is All I Want for Christmas. It's with Leslie Nielsen's in it, and Jamie Sheridan, Ethan Embry, Kevin Nealon.
Ethan Embry's in a Christmas movie?
Yeah, when he was a kid. He's a little kid in this. He's that little kid right there. But he's Ethan Randall back then, and then Thora Birch. Young Thora Birch.
Thora Birch.
Oh, okay.
Well, young Thora Birch when she was a kid. All right, next is another kid movie. It is I'll Be Home for Christmas. But
Oh, I should have predicted that one. Okay, yes.
yes, with Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Now, speaking of dogs, there's a talking dog movie, and it's Look Who's Talking Now, which is actually a Christmas movie, interestingly enough, set during
Okay.
Christmas time.
Okay.
So saw that movie years ago, and I kind of want all the Look Who's Talking movies at some point, but I don't want to. Don't think. I think they might be on Blu-ray, but I'm like, I don't think I need them on Blu-ray. Like,
No,
no, no, it's
4K.
okay. No. But next is a Steve Martin movie. It's called Mixed Nuts. Uh,
Yeah, I remember that one.
it's
Yes.
got Adam
Yes. Not.
Sandler in it, which was kind of funny. Uh,
No, not
yeah.
really. No.
And then here is like a, kind of Santa Claus kind of thing is Prancer. I don't
Hmm.
know if you guys ever saw that movie years ago.
Does that take place in San Francisco
I
in the
remember
Castro?
when it came out.
Prancer?
No. Uh, what? It says I don't think it takes place in San Francisco.
It
No,
should
it's
be
about
about.
a deer.
It's
What?
a should be
No,
about
it's about
Rocky since
Prancer. It's
he
about reindeer.
prances.
Yeah, Rocky Prances, but no, it's a what is it? Reindeer. Yeah, it's when the reindeers get lost and stuff. It's got Cloris Leachman, Sam Elliott, Abe Vigoda,
Oh,
Ariana
fish.
God.
Richards.
Really?
Yeah, it's got a really great
Hey,
cast.
Pagoda. Wow. Okay.
So it's an older movie.
I'd be up for
Um,
that.
and then one that Joe Turk and I are going to be doing for Hollywood Knockbusters at some point, which is The Ref. With Dennis Leary and Dennis
Kevin
Leary,
Spacey.
Judy Davis, and Kevin Spacey.
Now there's a guy who vanished.
Dennis Leary?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
okay, I
Oh,
was gonna
Dennis
say
Leary. I thought you meant Kevin Spacey.
Kevin
No, no.
Spacey
We know
vanished
why
for a
Kevin
good reason. Yeah,
Spacey
we know
vanished.
why he vanished. Like that was like that's a good reason to vanish.
Still a good
Um,
actor, though.
Still a great actor.
Yes,
Yes, I can't
he
wait to see
is.
it again. I haven't seen it in years. And another one is a movie that it's got a crazy cast, including your boy, John Ward, Nicolas Cage, and
Hey,
John Lovitz and Dana Carvey in Trapped in Paradise.
I
Bunch of
eventually I
robbers.
will own that movie, but just because it's Nick Cage, but it's awful.
It's like it's down on your list of
I've
like
heard it's pretty bad. I wouldn't
it's
go see
pretty
it.
Yeah,
bad, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of it's enjoyable,
it's just
or
the
whatever.
people that surround them. It's like, oh, Steve Martin and Mixed Nuts. Oh shit, look who. Oh man, and then Trapped
No,
in
but you
Whatever.
can't say that
Nicolas
about.
Cage. Oh,
I like John
oh,
Lovitz and Dana Carvey. I don't know. Dana
oh,
Carvey is
oh.
hilarious as Biden on Saturday Night Live now. He's he's
I don't think I've
hilarious.
ever found Dana Carvey funny.
Watch him as Biden. You will laugh your ass off. He does a fantastic Biden impression. And last but certainly not least in this pile, is a rom-com like the only one John I think predicted right, and it's one rom-com, and it is While You Were Sleeping, which I watched for the first time recently and actually liked.
Okay, I
That's
mean I've heard
Sandra
that
Very
Bullock,
story.
right?
what?
That's Sandra Bullock.
Yeah,
Is that?
Sandra.
And
It
Bill
was
Pullman. Yeah.
Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman. I was surprised because I thought Pullman did a great job as as a romantic
I
lead.
remember
You
when
know,
that came out. I was actually tempted to see it because I happen to like both of them.
yeah, and they were it was cute. It was a cute movie.
It's when she was still cute before.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's when she was still had that cuteness about her. Yeah.
Yeah, now it seems like she got a little bit of a ego about herself, and like it goes to kind of feels like it in the movies, and stuff. You look at like The Heat and things like that, which is funny,
Oh
but
God, no
yeah,
And
offense, man.
I've always been a big Bill Pullman fan.
yeah. Bill Pullman's great. So that
I
was
think that they should switch him and is it Carrie Elways
Carrie Elwes.
and
Yeah,
yeah and see if people notice a difference. Like if they make another Saw movie, switch the two actors and still call him by the same name and see if people notice a difference because I think they look identical.
they look
That's
So
very
funny.
similar. Yeah,
yeah.
It's
I'll
kind of
agree.
like my theory that Jude Law is actually a puppet, not real.
I don't think that's the same. I
Don't
think
say that to
that's
Sean Penn.
all right. So you're next,
Oh,
Paul.
me.
Yeah, you.
Okay. All right. Well, I still got a giant backlog of dollar store stinkers. So we're going to start with them first. First, we have the Pagan King, King of the
Nice.
Pagans.
Oh,
King of
don't
the
know that one.
Pagans.
Okay.
Yep. Lots of
I like
Okay.
it.
sword and sorcery and stuff.
Okay.
Next, we have is a sci-fi movie actually with Michael Ironside, and
Oh,
it's called Synchronicity.
oh, I think I have that one. Yay, Michael Ironside.
Nice.
Next, we got one of those multi-packs. This is Michael Ironside also.
Oh,
It's Alterscape with two additional movies,
Oh, there's escape.
including Hologram Man and The Silencers.
oh,
I've heard of
Hologram Man is
Hologram Man.
awesome. I own that just by itself. I found that at Zia and had to buy it. Hologram Man is so awful. It's great.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it sounds like an indie film cafe.
Yay! Um, this next one I didn't know anything about it, but it looked interesting. So maybe this could be a good one. It could be a stinker. I'm not sure, but it's called Bad Blood.
Oh, yeah, don't know that one. Oh,
Can't
So
okay.
say I do.
next one has your boy Dennis Quaid,
Wait, who's
and
boy?
either one of you. I was just
I
throwing
like
it out
Dennis
there.
Quaid. I'll say that.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know
I
Okay.
knew
about
one
Randy
of you would
Quaid.
claim him.
Yeah.
Beneath the darkness.
Okay.
He'll claim Dennis Quaid. I'll claim Randy Quaid.
You
There you
can
go.
take Randy
Oh, you can
Quaid. That
have
is
Randy
fine.
Quaid.
Yeah, nutball.
He's
Okay.
nuts. He's the Gary Busey of
Oh my God, can you imagine
Infamous.
them in a movie together?
I would love that. I would make that movie, in a
Speaking
heartbeat.
of which, here's a movie with John Carradine, whom I will claim, and it's The Sentinel.
Oh yes, The Sentinel is awesome. Yeah,
You claim
yeah.
John Carradine. I'll take Richard Carradine or
And
Keith.
Okay.
I'll take David Carradine.
Yeah, I'll take Richard or Keith, the leftovers of the Carradine family. I love, I'm just saying, they're not as well known as the other two.
Next one is another one that looks interesting, might be a stinker, might actually be good, and it's called The School.
Is it a
Oh,
school
don't know.
shooting movie or?
I think it's a dead kids come back to fuck everybody up movie.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Sounds great.
Yeah. The next one, let's see here if there's anybody in there. No. It's called It Came From Below.
Oh, okay. I would probably watch that one, like a
Looks
like a
like
sea
a
monster type of thing,
sea
or
monster
small.
creature feature kind of thing.
Okay,
Ah,
I'd watch that one. Yeah.
And then next, we got from the executive producer of Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
That would be Mr. Michael Bay.
The Night.
No, it is not Michael Bay. I do not know that. That is not produced by Michael Bay.
what is it called? The Night,
The Night.
like with a K or an
Oh,
N?
with an N.
The
CCC.
the Night. I can't read it. Oh, okay. The N is there.
From the executive. Okay, it's got somewhat like a fresh review on it or something. Rotten Tomatoes.
It's Karush Ahari, the director.
Wait, so it's a Japanese director?
I don't think so.
I mean, that sounds like an Asian director, at least.
I think he might be Turkish or Middle Eastern, something
Turkish.
like that.
So, okay.
And the last one from this group of 10, from the writers and director of Saw, is Dead Silence.
Oh yes, Moody and I know that one very well. That's a good film.
We reviewed that.
Yeah,
That's got a puppet in it, doesn't it?
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
trying.
very, very, very underrated movie.
I've heard of it. I saw it and I was like, oh, okay. At least I've heard of this one, and I grabbed it. So it's like $1.50.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So we are going big with my first one, and I'm telling you right now, this is masturbation material. This is
Oh
this is
dear.
John's fantasy. This is I have died and gone to heaven material. This is oh my God.
Tom
We
Cruise
have a
being
movie
directed by Yui Bowl.
close. We have a movie called Paradise Hills that stars Mila Jovovich and Emma Roberts.
That's
Oh my
like, yeah,
God.
that's your dream team right there.
Oh my God.
That's your Avengers.
Oh, oh. I bought this immediately. So and it's a dystopian movie too. You
Nice.
know, Emma Stone is like the bad girl. She gets sent to the island, and it's filled with tons of women, like hot women.
So it's the island of misfit hotties.
Yes. And they got the hottie guys in here too, I guess, for the ladies, but they're more like guards and things like that in
Well,
there.
color me intrigued. I'll have to see if I can find it in the dollar store somewhere.
Yeah, it's got like a decent cast too. I forget who she's somebody. Oh no, yeah, she's gorgeous too. Elza Gonzalez.
Ah,
She's like really new. She's also an ambulance, Michael Bay. But yeah, she's gorgeous too. So it's got like the triple whammy, but
nice.
really it's the two whammy.
So those are the only two
Speaking,
you really care about.
yeah,
Plot
and
is
why?
incidental for Mr. Ward here.
That's like a
Right.
bonus. It's kind of like you're buying Godfather, Godfather 2, but then you get Godfather 3 for free. It's that type of thing. You know, you really don't buy anything for Godfather 3, but you get it anyways because it's in the package. Speaking of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Killing Room, this is from the director of the remake.
Yeah, I remember that one.
So I wanted to pick up his stuff.
Cool.
So got that.
Who's the
Um,
director? What's his name?
Jonathan Liebesman?
Uh,
Liebesman?
I thought his name was Jonathan. I was gonna say because the first name in my head was Jonathan Mostow, and I'm like, that is not. Nope, he didn't direct. Texas Chainsaw. That's the guy who did like U571 or something. You know.
Oh God, this has Nick Cannon in it.
Ah,
Oh
Um,
fuck, there he is.
are all his kids in there too?
I don't think so. I've not watched this, but it has like Clea Duvall. It's got Timothy Hutton. So it's got some known people in it. So, and then speaking of the Carradines, the Long Riders,
The
oh,
Long
yeah.
Rider, nice.
Walter Hill. So,
Mhm.
I want to get the Blu-ray of that from Kino at some
Decent
point.
Western. I'm surprised you like that, Mr. Moody. You usually hate Westerns.
I like westerns when they have either comedy in it, like A Million Ways
nope.
to Die in the West or Back to the Future 3 kind of thing, or I like it when there's a group of outlaws like the Magnificent Seven or whatever, where it's an ensemble piece. So the Wild Bunch, that kind of stuff where I like those ensemble pieces where it's more
Uh,
like that. So the Long
didn't I show
Riders I
you?
want
Didn't I show you Bone Tomahawk?
Bone Tomahawk I watch
Love
and
Bone
and I
Tomahawk.
love Dead Man,
Great film. Oh
which
yeah,
was
and Dead Man.
yeah, and I also love modern westerns. We did the was it the Judges movie that we did that DJ Perry produced, and whatnot.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I like there are certain westerns I do like. I just don't what I don't like is the typical like I'm a cowboy going to the place and I get bored of the cliche stuff. But
Westerns
when
have a lot of cliches.
I know, and I get bored of it. So when something like Dead Man comes around and you're like, "Oh, it's Jim Jarmusch doing you know, or what's his name? Tarantino doing like, Django Unchained
Hateful Eight.
or whatnot. Hateful Eight especially. Even though I was like, he spent all that money for that camera that is amazing to get really good stuff, and then spent like 90% of the thing in rooms and where you can't see any scope, at all. Like, I love him to death, but I think that was the weirdest decision of his
I
career.
mean, I just had it the whole time. I would have had it watching Jennifer Jason Lee.
Then I mean,
There you go.
she's a hottie, still.
Well, and speaking of people that we talked about in the past, Walter Hill also did this with Southern Comfort, which is another great movie.
Hmm.
It's like Deliverance. So we have David Carradine, Keith Carradine, Robert Carradine, James Keach, Stacy Keach, Dennis Quaid, Randy Quaid, Christopher Guest, and Nicholas Guest.
Christopher Guest.
What a
Yeah.
freaking cast,
Well, that's what
man!
I'm saying. That's why I want to see it because it's got an ensemble cast of brothers who I absolutely love all of them. It would, like it would be great to watch that. Like I would go crazy. So that I would definitely want to own.
So it's amazing because you really can't do that anymore. I can't think of big groups of brothers like that who are in
Yeah, like the Baldwin brothers.
oh God, too old anyway.
Yeah, well, the Carradines still have Robert and Keith, and then um, yeah, I don't really know too many other brothers.
That's it.
Yeah, I was
No,
thinking
but none of them, the ones that are brothers, like the Franco brothers and stuff, none of them live up to that cast.
no,
Like the
no, no,
modern day brothers don't live up to that.
You could do the Olsen girls in a western. There's three of
Oh my
them.
God, the long chicks, the boss girls.
The long chicks.
Well, they kind of what was it? They did do a chick one with like Drew Barrymore and Madeline Stowe. What was it? Bad Girls.
Bad girls.
yeah,
They're not
Batgirl.
like related or anything, but they did do a chick western.
Hmm.
So all right, and then my next one is David Cronenberg. So it's Spider.
Oh
Spider.
yeah.
Great movie.
Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah, have not seen it yet. It's one of the
It's
few
good.
Cronenberg movies I have not watched. And then after that, we got a dystopian type of movie here. We got Children of Men.
Children of Men. I know
Five
of
oh,
it.
and I've
I've
heard
never
that's
seen
good.
it. I've never seen it, but I've heard it was great.
At some point, I'll get this on Blu-ray. Maybe down the road, if I get a 4K, I'll get this because
Who did that
it's
movie?
Alfonso
Oh,
Cuarón.
Arau, yeah, okay. So the
Cuarón.
two Tom Bien or Mama Tom Bien director. Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful looking. It is awesome. But I think I found this at like Goodwill, so I picked it up. But
So
I'm more of
yeah,
a
if you find it on Blu-ray, I'm sure you'll grab that or something if there
yeah.
is a good Blu-ray copy of it.
And so now we have a film that's made by an ex-Scientologist, and that's Crash.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So this is the double disc director's edition of Crash
Who did
by
that?
Paul
It was
Haggis.
Paul Haggis. Okay.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed it, and a lot of people said that it did not deserve best film. I really like this movie. So
There's
um
it's funny because I actually bought a 4K. It's not going to be in these halls or anything. I'm doing it for Blu-ray Hunter halls, but of Crash from David Cronenberg. So
Hmm.
you had a David Cronenberg movie, and you had another movie that had the same title as another David
I
Cronenberg
much
movie.
prefer the David Cronenberg movie.
Yeah, where everybody's
I
having sex because of the crashes and stuff.
Hmm.
yeah, where they're having sex with their incisions basically.
Mm.
Like, so
Yeah.
yeah, so this is the another David Cronenberg for people who don't know. So
Body horror stuff.
it stars James Hawley and Spader Hunter.
Oh, so you did buy Crash. Okay.
Yeah,
So you bought both Crashes.
yeah.
Are you gonna
Once again,
crash out one day and watch them back to
I've
back?
seen this one. Well, I've seen
Like do
both.
like a double feature?
I could do a triple feature and do Charles Band's Crash.
Haha. See, there you go. Do a triple feature one day and just watch all three of them. Have a
There you go. Crash,
crashed
Yeah.
crash,
out
crash.
day.
So through Hamilton book, I bought a movie called Drone
I love them. The
and
drone or
realized it
drone?
wasn't the drone, it was just Drone. And
Is
I
that the
bummed me
shitty one
out
we
because it was
saw?
on Blu-ray. So then I found the drone. So
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That is the shitty one we did.
reviewed that. We didn't like it that much,
It was
honestly.
bad.
It wasn't
yeah.
bad.
It was bad.
I don't think it was that bad. It wasn't good, but it wasn't it was okay. We were really disappointed because it was the guy who did Zombievers, I think.
Right.
Yeah, from the director
And
of Zombies.
yeah, and it just didn't hold up to
Should have been
Zombie.
Zombiever drones.
Yeah, I would have liked that
Yeah.
better. I I think the problem was they tried to make it too serious, and so
It lacked all
it
the fun that we had in
yeah,
Zombievers.
yeah, and I think that and I think maybe part of that might be the producers that came on, probably told them to tone it
From
down.
the producers of Searching, which I've never heard of, and Unfriended.
Unfriended, yeah, that's the was the Blumhouse movie, right? Or whatever. Where
Yeah, I never understood that. Like you get unfriended and therefore you die. That's stupid.
no, 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 no. I think it's something. There's something more to that. It's like people on a Zoom call kind of thing, like a Skype
Yeah, the
kind of
entire
thing.
thing is a Zoom call, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
so
they
like us.
Yeah, but
yeah.
except, there's a ghost involved in it, and he comes into the.
And now I have this is a collection of war movies. So war collection.
Nice. What movies are
So
on there?
so we got it's a 10 action-packed war classics. Disc one is The Eagle and the Hawk, The Last Outpost, Wake Island, uh, Bengal Brigade, and then disc two is To Hell and Back, Battle Hymn, Jet Pilot. Disc three is In Enemy Country, Raid on Rommel, and Uzanda's Raid.
I
They're
never heard
all
of
from
any of them.
Yeah,
I've
they're
heard of
all
a
from
couple.
Universal. John Wayne, Cary Grant, Rock Hudson,
Oh,
Mhm.
Burt Lancaster, Audrey Murphy, and more.
that and more
So
includes Jean-Claude Van Damme, Chuck Norris, yeah,
none of
Dolph
those.
Lundgren, Uwe Boll.
That's a different
Uh,
collection. And then my last one is one that Jonathan would love. This I think I found at the same time as I'm telling you, somebody died and they just dropped off all of these because they're all first seasons. Is Freaks and Geeks, but
nice.
this is the well, it would be the only season. So
I was
Yeah,
yeah,
about to
there's only
say
one
that's the
season.
only one.
Yeah,
yeah,
sadly, that it should have gone on for more. That
yeah.
was
So
the
that
best thing that Paul Feig ever really did. Other than I did like Bridesmaids, did like that a lot, but
Bridesmaids isn't bad, and Undeclared. I don't know how much he had to do with Undeclared,
he
but
didn't have
that was
anything
good
to do.
too.
Judd Apatow had all that was all him. So yeah, he
So
created that. But
no, Paul Feig TV wise is awesome. He is really good at television. It's his movies are to be desired. That's the problem. But he's a great. He directed some of the best episodes of The Office, and
hmm
He's a really good TV director, writer, producer.
yep.
So it's just he's just not a good filmmaker.
Should go back to TV. I don't think he's gone back to TV. I think the problem is a lot of people go back into get their taste of film and they think, I'm gonna keep doing this. When really, I mean, sometimes TV is the best.
Yeah. So
All
all right.
right.
So that's my 10.
All right, that's your 10. My 10 coming up. All right. So these are actually because I'm OCD, as you all know, I did an alphabetical order for most of them except for the last three. Um, so yeah, I just was like, why not, at some time. So I did that. First movie stars some names. Joaquin Phoenix, Ed Harris, Scott Glenn, and Anna Paquin. With Dean Stockwell and Elizabeth McGovern. And it's a Gregor Jordan movie, and it's called Buffalo Soldiers.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
heard of that
TV
one.
movie. Yeah, yeah. I know that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I never seen it, but it looked good.
Anna
And
Paquin, that's another one who kind of just vanished. I think she got ill.
so I went on eBay, and they had like buy two get one free kind of thing or something, two for the price of one or something, or what, two and then a plus one free or whatever like that. And then they had actually one where it was like buy like 13, and get the 14th free,
Is it
or
eBay?
something. And or wait, no, it was buy two get 14 free, or something like that. It was ridiculous. It was
My
like
God.
it was a lot because I got a lot in one like packet, thing, and I was like, yes. But yeah, so eBay has really good deals on DVDs. You spend like 10 to 15 bucks and you could get maybe like 15 movies.
Is it like random stuff that they're getting rid of, or you get to
You,
pick them?
you get to pick them. You get to
Okay.
pick them. So it's not like they just send whatever they want out, but it's like you get to pick what you want, but it has to be in that sale, thing.
Hmm.
So you have to go down and look and say, and I picked a lot of Hollywood stuff that Paul probably wouldn't have wanted. Paul would have gone for the things that nobody else would want. But one of the things, I mean, a couple of these aren't in those, and a couple of them are. So, one is Family Business. I'd heard about this movie. And I looked it up on eBay to find it. I heard it from Siskel
Good
and Ebert.
cast.
They really gave it a pretty good, rating about it. They said they liked it a lot. So yeah, it's got Sean Connery, Dustin Hoffman, Matthew Broderick, and Rosanna DeSoto. And it's a Sidney Lumet movie.
Huh.
I definitely want to check that out. Another movie is Fatal Attraction, which I never
Mm.
owned, but it's a classic. Adrian
Always a
Lynn.
good one.
Yeah.
Nice obsession movie.
Yep. Next I think I showed John this because I think I showed you all of these at some point, so you probably don't remember, or whatever. But I did Now and Then
Oh yeah,
because I
I commented on that one.
You commented on that one saying something about which also has Thorough Birch, so I guess it's the Thorough Birch day today.
Yay.
Um, yeah,
My my comment was I think it's awful that the grown-up version of Christina Ricci is Rosie O'Donnell.
you look at it,
Like,
yeah,
wow. When you compare the young girls to what their adult versions are like, okay, okay, okay. And then you get to Christina Ricci and she's Rosie O'Donnell.
Really?
Fucking
yeah,
what?
yeah. So, and it's weird because they're
That's
not, they're,
disappointing.
yeah. So the way that they have it here, they don't, their names don't match the name of the person that they're under, you
Well, they
know?
wouldn't.
Yeah, I guess it goes by like who's more famous, right? So the
Yeah,
more
it's
famous person.
agents and managers, and
Yeah,
that's they're even lined up the way that they are in the picture for a reason. So
right. Christina Ricci, Thora Birch, Gabby Hoffman, Ashley Aston Moore, are the four like young girls. Then Melanie Griffith, Demi Moore, Rosie O'Donnell, and Rita Wilson are the four moms, and then it doesn't say anyone else. Leslie Linka Glatter is the director, and I think she did lots of like Gilmore Girls and other shows, like TV and stuff. She got into TV
I
after
see.
this movie, so I don't think it did very well, and I think it's going to go on Hollywood Knockbusters at some point. It's the main reason I bought it. Another movie that's pretty much going on Hollywood Knockbusters at some point is Three Wishes, starring Patrick Swayze, Paul's favorite actor ever, and Mary Elizabeth Mastran
Master
Antonio,
Antonio.
yeah, and Joseph Mazzello. Um, it's also got Michael O'Keefe in it. And
I
it's
think we
directed
played that. I think Cliff and I played that at the Tamalpais movie theater.
and it's
That
directed by Martha Coolidge, who I
Oh,
love.
really?
So it's
okay.
really weird that she did this terrible movie. But it's a Hollywood knockbuster kind of thing. It did not do very well, but a lot of people do love it. Weirdly enough, I hear people talk about it from time to time. Now another movie I got is a Jennifer Love Hewitt movie with Dougray Scott and Jimmy Mystery. It is called The Truth About Love. Who else is in it? Anybody else? Yeah, nobody else.
I give that movie two D's and an F.
Yeah, two D's, two double D's. Yeah, I don't know. It looks it looks whatever. Looks like a Jennifer Love Hewitt starring movie.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's the main reason I bought it. Another movie that I heard from Siskel and Ebert that they liked, so I was like, let me see if I can track this movie down on eBay. And it's a Robert De Niro and Sean Penn movie, and it's called We're No Angels, and it's a remake of
Oh
a
yeah, I saw that. It was all right.
it's a
Humphrey
remake of
Bogart.
like
Yeah.
a Frank Sinatra movie, I think.
Yeah,
Humphrey
And
Bogart.
Humphrey Bogart.
Humphrey
Okay,
Bogart.
sorry, whoops.
Humphrey
That's
Bogart.
yes, Humphrey Bogart movie. We're No Angels. So I'm yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to checking out Neil Jordan. So, kind of surprised that sort of, I guess, as Paul said, it's probably just meh. It's not the greatest of his movies.
Honestly,
You know.
but it's not horrible either.
But another movie we're doing for Hollywood Knockbusters, and we're going to be doing it hopefully soon. I don't know, with John Ward and I at some point soon, is going to be a movie he bought already, and it is Solo.
Oh
Yes.
God, Mario von Peebles.
Yes.
Mario Van Peebles. I
Ay,
Yes.
I remember watching this in the theater with a friend of mine, and we were like at first we were the only ones in the theater, and we were watching it. We
for
were just
Solo.
kind of yeah, we were goofing around, just having fun, hanging out in the theater as kids. And then somebody came in, and we're like, "Fuck, can't do that. Like we can't just mess around, just have fun and goof around there." But it was I remember liking it. It was PG-13, so that's why I could watch it as kids. Trying to think, was this rated R? No. All right. So the last two movies are movies that I bought because I know people that are involved in them or whatnot. And one of them was sent to me from the producer. I bought it from him, and it is Blood and Breakfast. And I
Oh
watched
yeah,
this, and it's got a huge cast of people I know, like
Yeah,
well
I know folks in there.
Nancy Ann Ritter is in it. She was in Scream. She was one of the girls from the bathroom in Scream, in the first Scream. There's like those two girls that are like cheerleaders in the bathroom chatting with each other. Apparently, do you remember that, John? They're saying like
Not at all.
the one girl, the blonde girl's like saying how like, Sydney's so obsessed with, blah blah blah, and I don't know. It was goofy.
I
But
don't remember.
they're very famous for doing that stuff. Then Beatrice Bopple, who was in like Nightmare on Elm Street 4 or 5, something like that, as like the nun in that movie. Jim Crut, who's in Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead, one of those two. Lisa Neild, Matt Burns is the one who got me this. Jesse L. Green, that Paul and I are good friends with. Rick Germain, Leahy, Brandy Lynn Dalton. I mean, George Stover,
She's been
uh,
on our show.
Morgan Thompson, and
Yep.
Mel Heflin.
Yep.
So big
Okay.
cast of people I know personally, you know. And then last but not least, definitely not least, I reviewed this already. I enjoyed it. It's a action-packed movie, and I'm friends with the main star of it, Marnette Patterson. And it's Charisma Killers, and it's got
Oh, yeah, you were
also
talking about that.
yeah, and it's also got Vernon Wells. It's got Vanessa Angel, Paul Logan, and a few other people. So, it's directed by Michael Matteo Rossi, who's been doing a lot of indie action flicks now. Like that's his indie action and sci-fi action kind of stuff now and everything. And he's been getting out there, man. So I'm really happy. And Marnette did a fantastic job, and Vernon, I mean, always just kills it, in my opinion. Since Road Warrior and on.
Yep.
So, all right. So it's Paul's turn.
All right. Well, we're going to start off this weird group of eclectic DVDs with a Nick Cage movie, as course, and Pay the Ghost.
Oh
Yeah,
yes, got that
nice.
one.
Pretty interesting.
I don't have it, I don't think. I need it on Blu-ray if it's available.
That's one of those ones from like Hamilton Book that they were selling really, 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 really cheap.
Because
On
it's
DVD
supposed to be bad.
or Blu-ray.
I think I have it on Blu-ray.
I think that was from his I got to pay the mortgage kind of days.
I was on
I have to pay the government.
Yeah.
I was on Hamilton Book, and I did put a bunch of things into my cart, but I just haven't bought them yet because I just don't have the money. But when I do have the money, I'm going to buy Honeymoon in Vegas. That's one of the things I'm going to buy.
That will eventually enter my collection too. Yeah.
Yes, because it's a Nick Cage movie. But
Yeah.
what's one of the ones on your lower on your
Yeah.
list?
Okay. So the next one is a group of movies. In fact, there's 10. And it's the classic series drive-in horror collection.
Are these all
Okay.
like public domain horror movies? Like,
I think so. Yeah, because we're talking disc one has Grave of the Vampire, The
Ooh.
Vampire Happening, which we're going to do on Indie Film Cafe. Another one we're going to do on Indie Film Cafe, Werewolf versus Vampire Women.
Ooh, Paul Nashi.
The Thirsty Dead and Bloodthirst. And then disc two has Terror Creatures from the Grave, The Sadist, which is actually a decent film, The Killing Kind, Don't Look in the Basement, and Silent Night, Bloody Night.
could The
Original.
Sadist be part of your Forgotten Horror Classics, or is it not a classic enough?
Um, Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. It's very much an indie film. It's the same people that made Ega. It's just they turned
Yeah.
around and actually made a good film. The next one is one that Mr. Moody will remember very, very well, and it is Grizzly Rage.
Yay.
I had to get my own copy of that with
Good. That's a
with
good
the
movie.
the marshmallow eating bear was just adorable.
Yeah, okay, so I think I told you about this, Paul, but like when I went and met Kate Todd, right? She got asked about Grizzly Rage on her concert at her concert things. The guy just started asking like questions, like trivia questions about her or whatever, and then he goes, "What is Grizzly Rage?" and this was live on like camera, so like it got like the video of it, and she was like, "Well, my friend Jonathan Moody over here is a filmmaker and he and podcaster, and he had hit me up because he had loved this movie so much, and it was just she just mentioned it was a bear that whatever, but she called me out, and I thought that was so cute because I love
Oh,
Kate. Kate is the sweetest person in the world.
that's
Like
nice.
she's
That's
yeah,
nice.
you know,
It's not a horrible movie. It's all
it's
right.
it's not bad. I mean, what did we get? We gave it a low rating, like a mid rating or
Mid rating, I
something.
think. Yeah, like I said, the
Yeah,
bear was cute. It wasn't
yeah.
supposed to be, but it was cute.
And I think Mackenzie enjoyed it. I think it was Mackenzie Kelly who came on with us, and I think she really enjoyed how cute and silly it was. So
So the next one is a stinky shark movie with John Schneider, Amon Desante, F. Murray Abraham,
so
and
you just
Daryl
buy
Hannah.
man eaters movies, aren't you?
Yep. Shark
Shark
Swarm.
Swarm, yeah.
Oh, she'll love. Yeah.
Madeline Deering and I did that for Maneaters, and it was awful. It is long
Yep.
as fuck, man. That is like 2.5 hours long or something.
It
It was
looked
What?
ridiculous
bad.
because it was made for TV, but it was supposed to be one of those like long made for TV movies. I was like, God, I wish if I weren't doing this for Maneaters, I would have not done it, because it's just so long.
Well, the next one you might know too, then, because it's in the similar vein, except instead of sharks, it's snakes. And it is Snake Island.
Nice.
I heard of it, yeah.
Looks bad.
I thought you were gonna say what was that one that Tara Reid was in Vipers or something?
Oh, God, yeah, I've got that.
That's
I've
also that's
had
also
that.
a man eaters.
The next one stars my girl, Alicia Witt, amongst a whole bunch of other folks, and I heard really bad things about it. So, of course, I had to go looking for it, and I found it, and it is Dark Kingdom, The Dragon King.
No idea.
Yeah. I thought for a
Oh,
second because he was like Alicia Witt when, and it's bad. I thought he was gonna say urban legend.
no, 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 no. This is even further down the evolutionary scale.
We love urban legend, me and Paul or John Ward and I do. So
Okay, the next two are stinkers that, again, I went looking for and found, and they are definitely, definitely on the list for Indie Film Cafe. I can't wait. So, first one is a weird Christian horror persecution movie called
Oh.
Unidentified.
Oh.
that
Yeah,
sounds like something
Oh.
John would like to do on our, because he loved doing 2025
yep, yep, yep.
so much the last
It's
time we
in
did it.
that vein, in that vein.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think Mr. Ward would want to do the next one even more because this was another real bad stinker that I went looking for. And bonus, it stars Bai Ling. And it is the Gene Generation.
I got that one. Yeah, yeah.
What did you
I
think
haven't
of it?
seen it, but I haven't seen it. I got it. I think it was a
Okay.
Dollar Tree thing.
Yep, 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 yep.
Yeah.
Uh, then the last two are also very special. I've talked to Moody about doing this, and I had the digital, but I finally got the regular copy, and it is Midgets versus Mascots.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I bought that before too. I bought it because like we did a movie called Survival, and I'm not friends with the director of that anymore, but that guy was in Midgets versus Mascots, and I was like, I need to
Gary
own.
Coleman, Jason Mewes, Scottie Pippen, and Ron Jeremy.
What a
Nothing,
cast.
nothing. Wow. Yeah. Shouldn't it be called Little People and Furries? Or like
That's
midgets
the
and
sequel.
mascots? Is
That's the
that
sequel.
like racist?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Last one is a Mark Polonius special, so you know it's going to be stinky, and it is House Squatch from
Yeah, I
yes,
Amazon.
liked House
yes,
Squatch
yes.
actually. Kind of liked it. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't Mark Polonia's best, but I like Sharkenstein better, you know. But
Love Sharkenstein.
yeah, we did that, and Paul, I mean, got to do it like he reviewed it on his own because we back then we didn't have Zoom, so that was how we did it. Was Jackie and I reviewed it, and then Paul reviewed it. That's how technology used to be in the beginning of 2020 before Zoom became a thing. and everything. We're able to do that.
And I introduced you to Zoom.
Yeah, you did. Thank God. And I think one of the first people that I did the Zoom with was John Ward and Joe Turk for Alien
And
versus Hunter.
it's so much easier because when I had to do it separately, then you'd have to edit it in, and it just wasn't going to match. And it's
You
just,
were you were part of the Alien versus Hunter, right, John Ward? You did the Alien versus Hunter with me and Joe Turk.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the Asylum movie.
Yeah, it's a terrible asylum movie. The asylum
Yeah.
movie where the guy apparently was told that he didn't, that the director was on his phone the whole time, not directing anybody, not telling people what to do. When anybody asked him for direction, he just told them to go away, and stuff like that. Apparently, the guy died, like after that movie. I don't know when after, but it like he never made another movie after those or whatever. And very
He
weird.
died or his career died.
Both probably. Like his
Well, I
career
guess if
died
he
and
died, then his career would be dead. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, so there you
wow.
go.
So
Well, that's the last of my group for this.
All right. What about you,
all
John
right.
Boyd?
So here we go. We had long legs up long for the last video. So for the Blu-ray hunter, but now we now have the girl in the photographs, which is written by Oz Perkins.
Yeah, I've
So I've been
heard
Ah,
good things
collecting
about that.
his written by movies. So we
Heard good
got
things
that.
about it. Never saw it.
was Longlegs his first directorial debut and
Oh
he wrote?
no, no,
Oh
no.
Okay.
no, no, it's like his third or fourth
Right.
film.
Okay.
And then also Removal. That's another one written by Oz Perkins. So I got that. I'm missing one more. I have to order it off of eBay.
Hmm.
So I have one more written by Oz Perkins film. So uh,
You got to get in that collection, man. You got the problems I have with that OCD of things. You have to have it in that collection.
yeah, I mean, well, especially with people that I like. So and now this one is this is a movie I'm in. I'm in parts 2 and 3. And
Nice.
that is Cruel Summer 3, Pray for Fall.
Sweet.
Huh.
That's
So,
from Scott Tupperman and Jim O'Rear.
yeah. So I play the same character from the second movie. I play this detective.
But are you coming back for the next one?
No, he already made 4, and I think now he's on 5. So no, I'm in 2 and 3. Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
it.
so you're not in 4, but maybe you can come back for 5. Maybe you can be like, hey, bring me back.
Nah, it's just those two. So it's
You're
the
happy to be
the
in those two, and that's it.
Well, I mean, I'll be in anything anybody basically wants me in, but it's this one has a much bigger cast, the newest one, and so he's Scott's crowdfunding, so he
Hmm.
needs to get a fair amount of cash for that because I would love to be in it because Courtney Gaines is in it, and I'm such a
Nice.
huge, Children of the Corn fan that I would love to be in a film with him. But
I,
it's got a big budget on it, so I probably won't have anything to do with that.
I met him at Scares That Care, and he was nice enough to take a picture with me outside of the whatever his table, when we were out in a restaurant, you know. But I think he was like, all right, just like don't show this to my manager, that kind of thing. Because they're not really supposed to be doing that. People are supposed to be
Like you're
paying.
gonna walk off to him and say, "Hey manager, look at this! I got it for free."
Yeah, that would be a dick move anyway.
It's
But
all publicity. So, and then the next two are from Slasher Video. So I have Death Nurse,
Oh, okay.
nice.
which I have not seen. I think I got Death Nurse 2 first, and then I found this one later. But because it's Slasher Video, and I decided to pick that up, which then means Death Nurse 2. So,
There you go. If you gotta have one, you gotta have the other one. Now
yeah.
you gotta
And
get Death Nurse 3.
is there a Death Nurse 3?
I'm If there's not, there's gonna be one day.
Nick Millard directed the second. Is it Nick Millard? Yeah, also directed the first one. This could be the Crazy Fat Ethel chick.
Oh, right. Yeah, Crazy Fat Ethel.
Yeah. Criminally insane.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's her. She's the death nurse. So this one I've never seen, but I've wanted to see it since I was a kid because I always saw the album cover, and that's the day after Halloween,
Mm.
which has nothing to do with Halloween.
Well,
So
I never assumed it would.
Day after.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's its own
actually
story.
it has a completely different name. Snapshot is the original name, and then they just changed it to the day after Halloween. It's an Australian film from the director of Free Willy.
Hmm.
So, and oh, I had to add this one in because we're friends with him. All three of us are friends with this director. I mean, it's so I had to bring it in just so we could, praise him for being such a great director. Demonoids from Hell.
Yay.
Yeah, that's praising Mr. Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
Dusty Ferg.
I haven't actually seen that, but I'd like to, just because it looks bad.
Yeah, it's Wild Eye. So I found
Yeah.
it cheap, but I picked it up. So it goes in the Wild Eye collection, not the Ferguson collection. This is one that Joe Lujan showed me when I was over at his place one night, because we're both big Krampus fans. And this is brand new, $10 at Walmart. Granny Krampus and Krampus the Return.
Okay, I've heard of
Lenny
that. Like
Krampus.
Granny
So
Krampus. I mean, you might as well, right?
two film collection, a very Krampus Christmas. Christmas spelled with a K.
I was surprised they never did like Krampus versus Santa. Nobody's
Yeah.
ever done that.
Didn't
But
your guy do that? Well, they kind of did it in that. What was that? American Horror Story or whatever that anthology is, where Santa's fighting Krampus on the front cover.
American Horror Story did it?
Something like that. American Horror Christmas Story, something like that.
Hmm.
What
They
guy
they
you saying
they
my guy did it? What guy?
I
Is
didn't
it
say your guy.
somebody? I thought you said some guy that I knew. Whatever. Anyway, what?
No, I said that they've done it before. I have no idea who directed it. I don't even know if he's your guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I never saw one. It's never called Krampus versus Santa, so that's what
No,
I
yeah,
was like thinking that
it's
would have been fun.
like Christmas Horror Story or American Christmas Horror Story, something like that. It's an anthology, and the front of it has Santa Claus fighting Krampus. That's
But
like the wraparound.
there's
It's actually very well done.
a Christmas horror story.
That might be it.
Interwoven stories that take place on Christmas. Yep, you're right, and it's got Santa versus Krampus on the cover. Yeah, okay. And it's got William Shatner, because why not? I don't think anybody else big is in that. And okay. So I guess there's a bunch of different stories, and one of them is.
I think that it's the wraparound, I think. So,
Okay. Well,
this one I picked up because Donald Wills and I, for film discussion, did favorite movies, and one of his favorite films is Dragonheart. So I figured, why just pick up Dragonheart when I could pick up the 5 movie collection of
Oh,
Dragonheart?
jeez.
nice.
Can't have enough.
I mean, if you're gonna get one, you're probably gonna want to get them all. So
Well,
you
I
might as
mean,
well.
Dennis Quaid. So Dennis Quaid is in Dragonheart. But it says featuring the voices of Sean Connery. Hey,
Yep.
there's Sean Connery again. Robbie Benson, Ben Kingsley, Patrick Stewart, Hella Bonham Carter, and more.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, and there's all the posters for him
Can't
up
really
there. So
complain about that.
no, and I think that they're all on their own separate discs, which is nice.
But that
Yeah,
sort of reminds me of what was that, In the Name of the King or whatever that Uwe
Oh,
Boll
God.
did?
yeah.
And it
There's
was
3 of them.
like, yeah, and one of them was Dolph Lundgren, you know, like the
I think that
second or one or
yeah, I
something.
think he's in the second one, and I believe it's a time travel movie. It's like Beastmaster 2, where I
That it
think
goes into like this time
Dolph
period.
is a knight who either comes into the present or Dolph is in the present but goes back in like to medieval times. I forget.
Dolph.
So
I actually had an
Dolph.
idea for that, and damn it, now that it's taken, but it was called it was about a was it a knight who goes into a mall? No, like I forget is it called a knight and was it it
A
was
night
King
at the
Arthur.
mall.
It was King Arthur, but it was like King Arthur in the God damn it. I had a really great title too. It was like in the food court, or whatever. Knight
is
in the
that like
food court.
Thor by the bus stop or
Yeah.
something?
It's ridiculous. It was a ridiculous title, but it was funny because, the idea of going, the people coming into a vortex and then coming into a mall. Like, you don't see that anymore. You don't see malls in movies
Yeah,
anymore.
malls aren't really a thing so much.
Not as much.
Yeah.
They're still around.
Still around.
Like Patrick Henry is still around, but we don't really go to it as anymore.
No.
And there's a Hampton Mall, right? Isn't there a Hampton Mall?
No.
There's an outdoor
So there's
mall.
Coliseum Mall. It's not really that anymore though.
I have one movie left.
Okay.
I know malls are fascinating to talk about, but
You love malls.
So my last one is a box set, The Zombie Pack 2.
Oh God.
Okay.
That's a lot of movies, isn't it?
So it has a Burial Ground, Flesh Eater, which is an unofficial sequel to Night of the Living Dead,
Yep.
and Zombie Holocaust, which is also known as Dr. Butcher MD.
Yep.
And Burial Ground also has the Night of Terror on it. So this is all from Shriek Factory. So Zombie Holocaust, and then you get Flesh Eater and Burial Ground.
Nice.
Very nice.
So, and I don't own Burial Ground, but I do own Zombie Holocaust as Dr. Butcher MD, and I own the Blu-ray for Flesh Eater. But I wanted all three because I do own the Zombie Pack 1.
Nice. And what is
Which
that? Zombie Pack what?
Zombie Pack, this Zombie Pack 2, so Zombie Pack 1 has Zombie 3, Zombie 4, and Zombie 5.
Cool. So this
So,
is all right.
yeah.
Well,
Lots of
that's neat.
zombies.
Lots of zombies.
Yes. One of my favorite things. So there we go. That's it.
One of my least favorite, but it's okay.
Shocker.
Well, we've been watching a lot of zombie movies on Indie Film Cafe that I've been picking, and
True.
it's because I generally like a
He likes
lot
zombies.
I like zombies more than I like anything. But I also like low budget ones that aren't aren't people running into a house and like waiting there for whatever. Like I like the original. We did Night of the Living Dead for Criterion Watch, and I really enjoyed it for what it is. But I don't like movies that
For
just
what it
make that.
is.
Yeah, for what it was. It was it had a
You,
specific
you may
what
for
I'm
what
saying.
that makes it sound bad.
No, but like it's an exploitation film. Like it was of that time period, and it had good points to it. It
But
had a
that but
lot.
that but that's like saying I liked Jaws for what it is. It's like for what it
Yeah,
is. I like Citizen Kane for what it is.
yeah, for what it is.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. So
I would not I mean I would probably say I liked Night of the Living Dead 3D for what it is.
what
Mhm.
about Night of the Living Dead Reanimated?
I like that for what it is.
Um, but yeah, I wouldn't like any of that. And I don't like movies where the people are just stuck in one place, just like bickering the whole time. It just bores me after a while. I'm like, I don't care about. It was the first Witch House movie. It was like a bunch of people
Witch
just
in a
talking.
house. Switch
Yeah,
house.
yeah, and it was just people arguing the whole time, and I'm like, I don't want to see this. Like,
It's a horror movie. Fight, fight,
yeah,
fight.
yeah, give me something cool. And nothing cool happens for like 40 minutes or something, and I'm like, oh, I don't care about you characters. Die, die, die. Like,
Okay.
and so like I don't like
Okay.
that. So a lot of zombie movies do that because it's easier to say we can hold these people in a house, make them do stuff. The zombies are outside going the whole time, and then you're just people are just sitting around till one person goes outside, gets eaten, and then you know what I mean? Like it gets boring. And independent filmmakers do this all the time because it's easy and cheap. And
Oh yeah, it's
But
definitely.
yet you like Lifetime and Hallmark movies, and they're just not the same at all. Just they have nothing.
they're
It's never
formulaic.
guy
They're
meets girl or
formulaic.
girl meets guy, and they get into a fight, and there's a misunderstanding, and one takes place on Thanksgiving, one takes place on New Year's, and one takes place on Christmas. Same exact movie, and then at the end they come together.
Yeah,
So
it's cute
same
though.
same exact
They're
stuff.
cute. They're cute.
Oh God.
There's nobody cute in any of these night zombie movies that I watch. Nobody I care about. Like, so
Wow. Okay.
yep.
I understand your thing is like this for like what you want, and then but you gotta do this,
No, I've been doing that for
and
like
then
what? I mean, you're lucky I've told you about the westerns. That I like the westerns a little bit more
You need
now.
Western zombie movies, Moody.
No, no, no.
they do have some. I have a couple
I
of them.
I think I've watched a couple, but I like no. Most of those are terrible, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
because it makes no sense, Zombies weren't around that time, you know.
Sure they
But
were.
the zombies can be around anytime. You can put them
Mm.
on the moon if you want to.
That's
I
right.
No, you can't because we would have, like in my head, you would have known that they existed if they were back in the,
You
that
know,
time
these are
period.
documentaries.
I know, but you would have said, but somebody would have said, there used to be zombies back in the 1800s or whatever, like, but they aren't around anymore. So I don't believe it. I don't
Well,
buy it.
everybody who would
Oh
have known
my
about it got
God,
eaten.
this is
I don't buy it. I can't. I suspend my disbelief, sir. You know. So now,
So
but
so can you not have like a killer whatever in the ocean movie like before Moby Dick? Because there were no killer type movies like in the ocean before Moby Dick.
no, no, no,
Because
no.
on the ship for Moby Dick, they would have gone, hey, 10 years ago there was an octopus that attacked a ship.
Well, no, that makes sense because there were creatures in the water, back then. There were.
Oh, they were sharks, octopuses. I mean, but
I
they
mean,
called they
there's
were
no
monsters.
zombies now,
That we
but
know of.
that we know of. They're trying to. I think people are trying to make.
Yes, I think they're
But
called the Democratic Party. Oh, hush.
we were doing fine before like any politics got into this whole thing. Like, oh Lord. Anyway, um,
I don't. I find your reasoning to be hilarious. So
I I'm just saying, like, it never existed back then. It did not exist. It doesn't exist now. So I
that
guess
doesn't
it
make
doesn't
any
matter.
sense at all. That doesn't make any
It makes sense
sense.
in my head. I don't know. Paul's looking at me too, like,
Just
what?
because something wasn't thought of, but it was thought of now, doesn't mean that it couldn't have happened back then if it's fiction.
I don't know. I just like if time travel. Bring time travel zombies. I'm okay with that. Have the zombies travel through time and go to the 1800s. I'm okay. I'll watch that, or whatever, because that just sounds fucking funny to me. But but having it be like,
Oh my God,
that, no,
this is hilarious.
no,
I
sorry, that's just the way I feel. Like there were cowboys, but there were no zombies, you know.
That we know of.
And
Yeah,
at
maybe
least
they're just never recorded, because
They were in Haiti where zombies were created.
it's true.
but that
No,
was with yeah, that was voodoo.
that was voodoo zombies.
Why couldn't a meteorite fall into like a western town and start changing people?
Is that a plot to a that sounds like that would be a plot to one of those,
I don't know, it could be. I mean, I
That'd
just
be
it's
fun.
that I might be okay with here, I don't know. But I I don't know. I'm just really weird about that because like, you
that is
know,
so bizarre.
the Return of the Living Dead and all that stuff, I believe, like, I'm like, oh, okay, these people have these certain tools and certain things, and they didn't have all of that stuff back in the fucking 1800s. So I think it's just all fake bullshit. It's just like, oh,
But
we
it
haven't
is
put
fake. It's fiction.
I know, but it's like put zombies in a what is it? I don't know. It drives me crazy. You can't do that. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I don't buy it.
Yes, yes, you
You're
are.
weird in a lot of ways, Moody.
I know.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me at all. It really doesn't. It's just whatever your imagination can come up with. It
My
doesn't,
imagination can't go into that. You can't believe it. Can't buy it. Sorry.
but it's okay. I'm just gonna keep saying it's fiction. So, okay.
It's all right.
John Ward is like more mad about it than I was. I don't care.
Because it doesn't make any sense, and you're a writer, and it doesn't make any sense. That
Yeah,
that
I wouldn't write
doesn't.
this. It's bullshit. It's just the way I feel, man. Unless somebody was paying me to write it, then, I might sell
So
out.
if you have a movie like The Stand or a TV show like The Stand that came out in the 90s and we're now in 2024, but you know what? That plague never happened, so you shouldn't watch the movie, right? Because it never
No,
happened.
no. What plagues are real. Zombies aren't real.
But there's God and the devil and stuff in this one. And it's
I mean, well, that's a
I
whole
mean,
another topic
if
conversation.
if the stand happened, I'll just make up a date in 1994, and we didn't have a plague in 1994, that would go over because now we're in 2024.
Hmm.
Should you not watch the stand
No, I should
because it
watch The
didn't happen?
Stand because it's a fictional movie about a thing that could have happened, or whatever,
Okay, so
somewhat.
zombies in the Old West could have happened.
No, because
It just didn't.
all right. Anyway, we're done. This topic has gone way too long.
I am so
So,
confused.
and I bet the audience is too. Whoever's still listening and watching, which I bet
I'm
they
gonna have
turned
to go
off.
put my head in an oven for a
Time to go
while.
away.
Oh no, he wants
Go
to. He
away.
wants to wonton his self. He wants to put his head in an oven,
Wonton
like
ton.
wonton ton. Um. Anyway, that's the dog that saved Hollywood.
Yep.
Um. Anyway, we are done with this year. I guess we're gonna end on a note like that. Ugh. Um,
Ah,
where John Ward is very confused and wants to put his head in the oven. That sounds about right for 2024,
There
you
you
know.
go.
This has been a crazy year. But we will be back next year. And we're going to try. We'll see how this goes because John Ward was telling us before about how uh, he might be, he's about to be moving and all this other stuff. So, but we're going to try to do, once a month, and everything and have, 20 DVDs like normal, but I have 5 Blu-rays on here. So we're going back to our regular original roots and stuff, which I actually really liked, So,
I thought it worked fine.
yeah, it was fun to change things up, every now and then, but let's kick it back old school. So thank you all for checking this out. Join us next
Don't
year
eat that.
in 2025 where we'll be giving you guys our newest haul. And till then, everybody, have a good one.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.